Thank you very much. I gotta thank all of you, all the fans here in San Francisco, road and home. It's been fantastic. I want to thank you all. I gotta thank my teammates for their support. Through all this, you guys have been strong, and you've given me all the support in the world, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. Thank you. I gotta thank my family, my mother, my wife Liz, my kids Nikolai, Shakari, and Asia. I'm glad I did it before you guys went to school. Thanks for being here. I gotta thank the Washington Nationals for your support. Thank you for understanding this day. It means a lot to me. My dad.
Welcome to today's Big Game James Show. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're straight up hating. Yes, we are hating. We're drinking the haterade all show long. This whole program's dedicated to hating. Now, this all started a couple of days ago when I was at one of my favorite watering holes here in New Orleans, and the Kansas City Royals were on one of the big screens, and some friends of mine turned to me and asked, what do you think of all these just crazy, over-the-top, chest-bumping, fist-bumping, celebrations, a lot of times unwarranted celebrations that the Royals were doing during their games, and in so many words, I won't tell you exactly what I said at this watering hole, as you can imagine, but I did say something along the lines of baseball fans are probably not going to appreciate it. I mean, of course, you're going to have your Facebook people who are going to be out there showing the videos and arguing about it for about a day, and then they're not going to be mad about it anymore. That always happens. But nevertheless, I just don't see how this can possibly continue. The Royals have been on fire. And I'm not talking about it in a good way. I'm talking about it in a way that, this overt enthusiasm, which did get them to the World Series last year, arguably. But it's continued on into this year, and the baseball season is really early, and these guys are just coming out the gate. They're getting into beanball matches, most notably the one last weekend with the Oakland Athletics, hitting batters with the ball. Over-the-top celebrations for no reason, getting in fights on the field. Come on, you guys are professionals, and you got to knock it off. I said this the other day on another show. You just got to knock it off. You don't. It's not making anyone look good. It's making the game look really bad, actually, and it's making the Royals look like idiots. And that's a big word to just. I'm not just throwing that word around either. I mean, it's a big thing to say about a baseball team. But you guys, the Royals, are just acting silly. You're acting like kids out there. But not in the way that you're supposed to in baseball, I'm all about rebelling, etc., obviously. I mean, anyone that knows me can tell you, that I'm sort of a rebel by nature. But when it comes to, a game like baseball, there's no room for fighting out on the diamond for no freaking reason whatsoever. There's no reason to get into these beanball contests. So anyhow, after we conversed over a couple of whiskeys, I came up with a little idea to do a show on the most hated teams in baseball, and I know that's a big term to use, but it's a term that tends to get people's attention. But I'm going to roll with it. So I compiled a list of 15 teams in Major League Baseball history that some of you will agree with and others will vehemently disagree with. And you might take to Facebook and lambast me with some choice words over it. But I compiled a list of 15 teams arbitrarily. For all you statisticians out there, I did this, the level of measurement here is ordinal. Some might argue it's nominal, as there is no cause and effect to this whatsoever. There's no independent, no dependent, no intervals, no ratios. This is strictly a nominal, arbitrary, possibly ordinal, in the fact that I did order it in a sense, level of measurement as to which teams are the most hated all time in baseball history. So stick around for a moment. We'll be right back. We're going to start this conversation with our number 15 pick, the 1992 Toronto Blue Jays. Stick around for more of the Big Game James Show.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Just a few quick reminders. You can tune in to the Big Game James Show on iHeartRadio. Yes, we've joined the iHeartRadio family, so be sure to give us a listen at iHeartRadio. You can also stream us at iTunes, on the Stitcher app, and at TuneIn and most popular apps. So again, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and most popular radio streaming apps. I'm your host, James F. Thomas IV, and today we're hating. We're straight up hating. I've been drinking the Haterade all morning long, getting ready for this. Hold on a second. Yeah, I got some more. Man, the Haterade's delicious around here. Appropriate, considering today we're hating on some baseball teams. So, back real quick to the Kansas City Royals. I've been lambasting them a lot lately. And I have to at least throw this out there. You know, those in the Royals camp, and the Royals fans might counter this whole argument by saying, at least pointing out that the Royals batters have been hit by 16 pitches as of today. They might get hit by more if they keep up with their behavior. So I will recognize that. Yes, they've been hit by pitches. But you know what? Sticks and stones, I'm not going to go with that one. That one's a horrible example to use. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will... We're not talking names here. We're talking beanballs. How about turn the other cheek? Which has a totally different meaning than what we actually know, but the meaning that prevails is you don't swing back. Anyhow, forget all that. We're hating, all right? We're hating today. And we're going over the 15 most hateful teams of all time, the teams we hate, the 15 of them. And I pointed out before that there's no statistical level of measurement that we can possibly use other than a nominal or ordinal. Most likely nominal, because there's just no way to put a number on this. Like, how bad does someone hate a team? On a scale of 1 to 10, sure, you can do that, but the distance between 1 and 2 and 2 and 5, you just don't know what that is. You don't know what the distance from 1 to 10 is. It's all arbitrary. So, completely arbitrary. This is meant to be a fun show. It's meant to talk about some teams we haven't talked about yet on this show. It's also meant to educate a little, I suppose, even though it's under this banter of hate. So starting with number 15, the Toronto Blue Jays of 1992. Well, why we got to hate them? Why we got to be drinking a haterade? Well, I'm drinking a haterade because, too many people say it was just a nice story that the Blue Jays won the World Series in 1992. But there's plenty of other people who didn't like the fact that the championship of American baseball, America's game, went to a team in Canada. Moreover, since there were a few players on that team that were seen as hired guns, such as Jack Morris, Joe Carter, Dave Winfield, they all come to mind, winning the championship over a team with some great homegrown talent like Tom Glavine, Dave Justice, John Smoltz, Ron Gant, Steve Avery. I can the list, the names on that Braves team just go on and on and on. So number 15, the Toronto Blue Jays. Quite funny. Now the next team is actually, just a quick look around the internet suggests, one might suggest, or at least believe, that the St. Louis Cardinals are America's new team to hate. It's not the Yankees anymore, not even the Red Sox, but the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm not going to really believe that one yet, but my number 14 pick is the 1967 St. Louis Cardinals. And because he was so utterly dominant, talking about Bob Gibson, was naturally a hated man in the National League, especially in the National League cities across America. Nobody outside of St. Louis, out of the St. Louis kingdom, that is the Cardinals kingdom, could possibly say that they liked Bob Gibson. And since he was already fearsome, he didn't know how to throw at batters to intimidate them. Nevertheless, he hit 102 during his 17-year career. I'll give you a little background on Bob Gibson. But that didn't exactly make him well-liked, just because he had so much control. His 67 Cardinals had a few players with checkered MLB legacies. Roger Maris was on that club. Did you know that? Just 6 years removed from breaking Babe Ruth's hallowed single-season home run mark. Still to this day, many people will not say, or they don't speak favorably in Roger Maris because he broke Babe Ruth's single-season mark. Young lefty Steve Carlton was well known for having disdain for the media. He was sort of like an early version of Barry Bonds, easily making this team one of them teams that you just drink from the haterade. And since that team ruined the Boston Red Sox quote-unquote impossible dream season, winning the World Series in 7 games, plenty of New Englanders had a real legitimate reason to just absolutely hate this club. So number 14, we got the 1967 World Series champion St. Louis Cardinals. Now off to the West Coast. The Oakland A's have made plenty of hate lists. And today they make mine at number 13. At the unlucky number 13, the 1989 Oakland A's. Maybe this is somewhat retroactive hatred, but any team that fielded Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire on the same squad just has to be hated. I'm drinking that haterade. I don't care if it's green or yellow. I'm drinking it. Even back then, the Bash Brothers, quote unquote, and their unique home run celebration, that stupid high five that they used to do, just annoyed everyone in baseball except for Oakland A's fans, of course. Now, I'm not pointing these guys out for any specific reason, and I'm not pointing out any specific team, because in general I like all the teams. I'm just a baseball fan when it comes down to it. I'll watch any game that comes on. It doesn't matter to me. But I felt it was important for this to add color to the hatred of the 1989 Oakland A's, that Canseco and McGwire played on that same team, and they had that annoying high five anytime either one hit one of those home runs. Canseco and McGwire weren't the only reasons to hate this team either. Rickey Henderson, at the time, not retroactively, everyone loves Rickey Henderson now, but at that time, he was a pretty brash self-promoter.